Stagger stance deadlift with internal rotation bias. This is a hinge movement pattern that allows for pelvis over femur motion. That simply means that we are gaining a bit more length in the back of the hip musculature, especially those deep hip external rotators. What we want to think about here is, yes, this is a hinge movement pattern, but we're getting a little more rotation. We want to make sure that we are using the hip to gain the majority of the rotation and not twisting through the lumbar spine. One way to really make sure that you're just kind of getting the rotation at the hip is you can think about gently letting your non-stance knee come below your stance leg knee. Your stance leg is the one that is creating the most of the hinging. We don't want to overly rotate as you see me doing there, and we also want to make sure that we're getting the motion at the hip. Here, I'm really just turning my hip away, so I'm not creating that motion that I'm looking for. So the hip comes straight back, non-stance knee will come down a bit, and that's how we know we are getting that bit of internal rotation bias. You can also think about it as the belly button is kind of pointing gently towards the stance leg knee. That is your stagger stance deadlift with internal rotation bias.